Fake news is a common term these days, but the concept has been around for a long time. Back in the 19th century, the term yellow journalism was created to characterize a newspaper style that used sensationalism and dishonesty to increase newspaper sales. Today, while modern technologies like social media make it easier for people to get information, it also speeds up the spread of fake news. The war for clicks seems to have created a popularity of using sensationalized content instead of objectivity and truth. Some features of yellow journalism include crime news, scandal and gossip, divorces and sex, stress upon the reporting of disasters in sports, and frauds of various kinds, such as faked interviews and stories. The colorful reporting techniques of these newspapers became very popular with consumers and were commonplace in the late 1800s. Engaging graphic elements such as fun cartoons and extravagant illustrations were another staple. Although yellow journalism was appealing, it was criticized for ruining the integrity of the news and accused of solely being published to attract new readers and sell papers. However, some aspects of yellow journalism stuck around in the media, such as large bolded headlines and illustrations in comics. Joseph Pulitzer's New York World competed with William Randolph Hearst's New York Journal during the first stage of yellow journalism. Both newspapers featured sensational stories. Their goal was simple: sell papers and increase circulation. A crucial example of yellow journalism took place in 1898. On February 17th, the headline of the New York Journal read, "Destruction of the warship Maine was the work of an enemy." The USS Maine sunk, and news outlets reported the sinking as an attack by the Spanish army. Newspapers were profiting from anti-Spanish propaganda at the time and reported Spain's treachery without investigating the issue first. This event showcased how dangerous yellow journalism could be and was a key factor that led to the Spanish-American War. Today, in different contexts, fake news can mean different things. It may refer to news satire or news parodies such as the weekend updates on SNL. In most situations, it refers to fabricated stories and misinformation. Compared to a century ago, fake news is even easier to spread. According to the Pew Research Center, 23% of U.S. adults have shared fake news with friends and others. The database company Statista conducted a survey in 2019 to see if adults in the United States have ever knowingly or unknowingly shared misinformation online. Based on the results, a large proportion of respondents said they unknowingly spread fake news, with 49% reporting they had shared the news online, which they later found was fabricated. Although 10% of respondents admitted to sharing information online, which they knew was false. Tech companies such as Facebook and Twitter have taken various actions to restrict fake news. In October of 2020, Twitter expanded warning labels to slow the spread of election misinformation. The company said they expect to make it harder to see and share false claims about current social issues, like the election and pandemic. However, it is too soon to say if these things will have an impact. In 2020, public figures and celebrities played an important role in spreading fake news about COVID-19. In the White House briefing on April 23rd, when speaking about COVID-19, U.S. President Trump claimed injecting people with disinfectant could treat coronavirus. Later, it was proved as misinformation by health authorities such as the World Health Organization. News media and scholars are currently researching why people believe misinformation and why they knowingly or unknowingly share it. Everyone has a responsibility to fight against misinformation. It is important to support investigative journalism, check sources, and think before sharing. Together, we can build an environment that repels disinformation around the world and promotes truth.